I believe implementing policies that block the sale of used games is a terrible idea. And why am I saying this? Because this past year at E3, which stands for Electronics Entertainment Expo, Microsoft came out and they revealed this new console called the Xbox One. And what this system is they're in their new line of consoles, Xbox, Xbox 360, Xbox One. This one was going to have some new features to it, and one of these features was that they were going to block the sale of used games, which basically means that they were going to lock the games that you purchase from the store to your console. And with that, you cannot borrow or lend out your games or trade them or sell them to anyone else, because once you put that disc in your console, that disc is rendered useless on any other. So it pretty much turns it into a license. And this was a huge deal. So many gamers went and revolt over it that Microsoft was pretty much forced by consumers to do a 180 on this, and they got rid of the policy completely. And it's a big deal because gamers, they want to sell their old games. You get bored of games that you've played a long time or something that you just don't even touch. You want to get rid of it. So why would you implement this policy? And I know personally that I play older games and sometimes they just get worn out or I just get bored, so I go to the store and I sell them. Simple as that. Make a little money off of something you don't need anymore. And it's silly because on any other console that's out, any of the new ones coming out, any old console ever, you can do this just fine. You can buy, sell, trade, anything. There's no restrictions. So they were just really limiting your audience. And the reason for this is that they wanted to combat piracy. But the thing is that pirates will always find another way around. They hack into things for a living. So this would be just like a matter of days, maybe a week at the most, and then someone would already found a way around their system. It was just really silly. And the thing is that when you're buying a physical disc, you're owning a physical product. But not with the Xbox One's original policies. It was turning it into a license, which is not what was intended for the consumer. It's silly. You're limiting your audience for the game, so it's not going to get promoted. You can no longer go up to a friend and say, hey, do you want to borrow this game and try it out? Sure, they'll borrow it, and they'll get to see it and then eventually buy it for themselves if they like it. But now only the person who originally buys the original product will only ever see it. So your sales just plummet. And at the end of the day, this is just hurting the consumers more than it will ever hurt pirates. You're putting so many limitations on them. And this is why I believe implementing policies that block the sale of used games is a terrible idea.